Happy New Year! May all your wishes come true in a bountiful new year filled with health and joy. Happy New Year!
I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Thanks. Okay. Well, considering we don't have, I'm gonna assume we don't have any more rent to deal with.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're just gonna try to buy up the store?
I
mean,
could.
What do you want?
But
then,
I'm also pretty sure I won't be able to. But
oh, buy what you want then.
let's see here. Damn it.
Out of money.
Damn it.
Well, you tried. You have money. Until you have games, though. You have cartridges.
Yeah.
You wanna play?
Wait, what? Oh my god! What? Okay, this is actually... Hold on. Ain't no way. It's a fucking shmup. Okay, this is actually... This is so cool!
That's what I was checking the other day, if you bought the cartridges or not. How skilled are you with shmups, my friend?
I mean, considering I used to play the shit out of Einhander, which was a shmup, that I actually have an active video in the works for, a review on, pretty well.
There you go. You don't have to ask that question to me, I'm a Toho head anyway. Immediate try again.
That was awful.
Makes me wonder, can you do slow time, or can you like hold shift or anything, like to slow your movement, or are you just stuck in the one pattern? Yeah, you can slow yourself down a little bit.
Yeah. This is actually a pretty cool little... pretty cool little Easter egg, honestly.
Oof. That's about it. Oh, I'm glad that you're able to find it on your way without me having to prod too much, besides after you bought it. Yeah, if you buy the PC and NES and the cartridges, then there you go.
Is there anything else you can do to interact with the,
I don't think so, necessarily. That was the only secret that I remembered.
Yeah, there's not much else that you can do to interact with the area.
Alrighty, any last stories? Or our last day? No, doesn't seem like it. Well, let's go to work. Oh, let's see. Gil is in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself. Are you alright?
I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute.
Relax. Everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Drink something. Maybe that'll cheer you up.
Maybe.
I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug? Does that work?
A hug?
Big one. A reward for everything, for after everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it.
Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years, and now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay.
Hello.
Gabby. Come in.
Excuse me.
Welcome to Vaha.
Hey.
Hey.
Uh,
You talk first.
no, well... mm,
Some days ago, I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister.
what? My sister sent you a letter. That's the first I've ever heard of it. What did it say?
I don't know. I never opened it. At least not until now.
Huh?
I figured I should read it with you.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it.
Alright then.
Sorry. Just that? Oh, stream froze
Oh
on.
wow, okay, cool. It just popped up that Steam subscriber agreement. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I read through it. It's just purchasing stuff. It's nothing different. It's just okay. I don't know why they had to ask about that.
Oh, I know what this is about. There was a legislation that got passed basically where it's saying like any digital games that you buy, they have to essentially disclaim that you do not own the games, but rather just
Oh,
own the
okay. Wait.
license to play them.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is ringing more bells now. I fully get it now. Alright.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's. Yep.
Stream is heavily lagging from this end. You might need to restart it real quick.
Yeah. Let me restart it.
Guys, I just heard you say, yup, I heard the text rolling, and then nothing popped up. Okay, there you go.
Cool.
Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back.
This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter, a fucking letter of all things, and she just says, sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Ugh, now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing?
Sorry, I just... I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day? And you were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time where you left an unopened beer bottle on the table, she sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it, and you were confused all day long.
She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag.
Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion.
She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right?
In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections.
Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question.
Yep. The thing is, apparently, She suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone.
Why?
How if I know? I was angry toward her that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it?
Wait, how did she live so normally then?
She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently, the serum burns like hell. The shot even left a nasty mark where she had to apply them.
So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark? And the rejection was what ended up killing her.
The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctors said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep.
Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the research institute thing back then? And the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today, I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now.
Jill.
Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years.
She didn't have to face it alone, no. If she only...
So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together.
Together.
Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though, did she really start to complain about chest pains shortly after I left?
No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then, we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then. And part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone. It's something. And you didn't deserve that. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either. So, let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we?
Are you sure?
Of course I am. So, how did you find me, exactly?
Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger You?
I have, yeah.
Oh, truth is that I visit it from time to time.
Oh god, get the child off of 4chan, please.
I thought it was Reddit. Well, either way,
Reddit.
get her off of it.
And the other day, I read a thread that discussed the bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you.
Hmm.
Are you mad?
No, not mad, more like dumbfounded.
Hey, Joe, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked the fight? Weren't you happy with my sister?
Well, mm, back then I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage.
You were going to get married?
I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it without thinking. She would do it thinking it was the best for me. But what about my freedom? My say on the matter?
So that's where you stopped loving Lenore.
No. 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 I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurt so much. But you have to understand, I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next.
I can understand. I sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to you two fighting, huh?
You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked about that with her.
My sister said something like that.
Hmm?
I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her to the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that.
Lenore.
We are quite the hotheads. You, me, my sis.
You were supposed to be the mature one, you know? Play your role correctly.
But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too?
No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded?
But my sister wouldn't have scolded you.
But I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister.
But I faced her back then. I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it?
It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know. Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid.
I swear, you and my sis were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry.
Like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back.
I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now.
She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long.
She told you that all the time.
The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally.
Hey, I was 8 back then.
So, let's have a toast in her honor, shall we?
A toast?
Yeah, let me get you a drink.
A drink?
Don't worry, trust me. Let's make something to toast Gabby with. Preferably something sweet.
So, Ein, the $1,000,000 question.
Do
you give the kid alcohol?
We'll just go with a sugar rush.
Okay, Chief. Load it up with garbage! Oh, I was kidding! Do not! Oh, it's your playthrough. It's whatever you want.
No, I'm not doing
Yeah, I was
that.
about to say, if you absolutely knock a kid out during a heartfelt
We here at
moment.
GaleForce do not condone the consumption of alcohol by children.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Sugar rush. Grab this for a sec.
Okay.
Lenore, I know you're watching from beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had.
Hey!
Want to add anything?
I'll always miss her.
Don't say it to me. Say it to her.
That's a bit...
Come on. Just this once.
I'll always miss you, sis. Sis, you idiot! Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot! I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot! Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself.
Only if you promise the same to me.
And promise me you won't fight.
I can't do that. You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later, we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are.
I'm not an adult.
Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have.
Hey, did you mean what you said? That you'll look after me?
I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare to leave my little sister alone.
Joe. Hey, wasn't this a toast?
Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers.
Cheers. So, about this drink, can I drink it?
Do you like it? Take a sip. Thank God I didn't get her freaking alcohol.
Oh my goodness,
Can you just imagine a sugar rush loaded up on like 17 karma tree?
You would knock this poor girl out after I cried my eyes out acting for her. It's not bad.
Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. What was the fucking point?
The illusion of choice. Right.
Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you beer once as a prank?
Oh, yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day.
Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time?
Huh?
She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda.
Oh. Did you get back at her?
No. I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. And as a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad days later. She said, "So, do you like eating me for lunch?"
Jill?
I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hey, Gabby, do your parents know you're here?
They think I'm at Clary's, actually.
Who?
Oh, she's my best friend at school.
And this Clary knows you're using her as an excuse, right?
Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise?
Sure. Will you go to her house afterwards?
To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Clary doesn't live close by, so...
Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight?
Are you sure?
I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough. At least to spend the night.
Sure, I'd love to stay with you.
Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good.
Yep, he opened up a second branch last year.
So he's looking to expand.
I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries.
I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian! Mark 1 for daddy!"
I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory.
Your mom and Laura never made up, did they?
I guess that one wasn't as simple as that said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society, and in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no.
Wow.
I'm still on my sister's side for that one, though.
Based Gabby.
Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle was friends was worth more than her own daughter.
How did she react to her death?
Don't know. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago.
They did?
They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since. August, I think?
Did you two fight too?
No, she just hasn't shown up.
You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there.
A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you.
Who the
Is that Jamie's towers?
That might be... Is that... Might be Alma.
Might be. They have a pretty similar power. I'm gonna guess it's Alma then. So that seems more Alma coded. I thought there was gonna be a party here.
Alma.
Yeah.
Over here. Wow, I called it.
Party? I mean, I'm colorblind, so...
A small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it?
I don't want a kid to burden.
Don't worry, you won't. You only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. You in?
If you don't mind me.
Great. Hey, Alma! Come here. There's someone I want to introduce to you.
In the slowest fade to white ever.
Couldn't be any slower.
VA-11 Hall-A Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Well, what are your impressions for this being your blind playthrough?
What a fucking story.
Did you know that did you know anything before the game once again about this, besides just pop culture?
Nope.
Did you expect a story like
I knew nothing. Next to nothing about this game. I knew that there was like a cameo for Jill in Auto Mutation M, which is kind of what got me convinced to get Valhalla at some point, as well as the music itself.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I knew next to nothing about what the story of Valhalla was.
I'll say this real quick before it scrolls by. On the sound side for music, Michael Kelly at Garroad Music. I remember when I was making our own custom day for your birthday, I wanted to I was looking around just seeing if, if I would get, copyright struck at all on Twitter or on Twitch or YouTube for using it, but he had in his own tweets that anybody was free to use his music and no strikes would really happen for it. So, that's really chill. So I might just download some Valhalla stuff just for my own stream deck from now on. But word of God, his music is good to use for that side, so I'm gonna use that more for my own videos and more from more on. But yeah, alright. For the setting and everything, of course, though, just lay out any other thoughts that you have.
I think, honestly, going into this Jill's story is it is. I don't know. I'm having a hard time trying to get my thoughts together.
Oh, take your time. I can't push you to be able to verbalize your thoughts. I'll say this was stream 9 so far. So that is a good over, with the breaks that we've had in between, about 3 months that we've been doing this project.
Damn.
Funny to think about, but that time is almost over. And it's bittersweet to say. But we got to the finish line of the main story, of course. And, well, did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
Thank you for humoring me all this time, anytime I asked you to come on after I hang out at the midnight bar. Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you, though?
She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there.
You're right. Good night, Jill.
We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night.
I'll say this, I did have to go through some strip rewrites of our day because I was expecting us to finish Valhalla before I got to debut our script, so I thought it would have been a wonderful gift and a send-off to the game if we finished it, and then I said, but there is one more night, and I got to send over your birthday day. But, of course, you know, with all our breaks in between, it didn't come to, but I was only technically 2 streams off. So, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad by me, all things considered.
Yeah.
I was gonna have stuff referencing Gabby in the opening interlude, but instead, you know, you got the opening that was in your day. Friday, February 3rd.
This is good. Really good. You have no idea how long I've wanted some curry. I remember I meant to eat some, but then I had to pay for some drinks I spilled on the floor. That screwed up my budget. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, he's normal now, remember? So you don't have to put on that
Yeah.
much of an act.
It's the least I can do after being such an obnoxious client. Yeah, about that. Mind if I ask you something, Mr. Timothy Mercury? So you know. It's a small city. Turns out 2 very grateful girls soon became regulars, and both of them were related to you. So what's your question, bartender? Call me Jill. 2 questions, actually. The first one is, why did they brand you as a traitor? Because you killed the other guy? I don't know, it sounds weird considering the other guy assaulted 2 little girls. It was a cover-up. The guy was my superior. A high-ranking officer like him assaulting innocent civilians, that would be unthinkable. On paper, at least. On record, I hurt the girls and killed them before another unit subdued me. Then I escaped from their custody. In reality, that's all I needed to know. Sorry for bringing that up. Didn't you have another question? Yeah, how did you build this restaurant so fast? It's a small city. Turns out 2 very grateful girls tracked me down to thank me. One of them was rich and the other noticed I smelled like curry. Those 2 are really nice girls, huh? They didn't deserve what that bastard did to them.
Excuse me.
Oh, speaking of the angels.
Timmy, 2 special curries, please. Oh, hi, Jill. Saturday, February 25th.
I can't believe you actually made me do that sleepover thing.
You didn't have time to accept. You didn't have to accept, you know?
Shut up.
I'm having a good time. See, even Gabby is having fun. Relax a bit.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, Alma, you remind me a bit of my sis. I do? How? You always manage to get a reaction from Jill. Sis always said that Jill acknowledging your presence is the best way to know she likes you.
You're talking too much, Gabby.
Aww. It's different with you, though. With my sis, Jill was more frustrated. Like this one time where she brought her shirt that said...
You're talking too much, little girl.
A shirt that what? That had a picture of a cucumber on it. Cucumber?
Ow! Just what are you doing with my hair?
Sorry, it got stuck in one of my fingers.
Seriously.
So I'm a bit like Lenore then. No, you just reminded me of her a bit. Moreover, my sister wasn't as, as...
Ass. What this girl's trying to say is that you, with your tits and ass, you could build a Lenore and a half out of the mass.
That just means there's enough to share with both of you. Share?
You're talking too much, Alma.
Sunday, August 27th.
I guess this is where we part ways, huh? Sadly, I'm bound to this city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for the second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again,
Yo, we're leaving for like a week and a half or something. Don't be so dramatic.
But
And you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths because I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell could be used asking me things about the place. Like where the switches and valves are.
But I already know. They're in that control panel you made.
But I like talking about that control panel. I'm proud of it. Speaking of obsessive lights... Joe, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your 4-ball just fine.
I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long. I don't know what I'll do.
You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for at least 25 years before finding him.
Yes, but...
We're leaving. Oh yeah, before I forget. I left you a box of condoms on the first drawer at the desk, Joe.
You what? You what?
Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend or whatever here, I want him to be ready. Oh, but just one condition. If you're gonna fuck like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many bits of my emoto there, and I don't want their eyes soiled.
Emo who?
Little sister.
Then just say little sister.
Yeah, whatever. First stop, Panama! And here you can save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Thank you for playing. It's New Game Plus.
Nice.
So if you wanted to actually buy everything, I think there's an achievement for that.
Yes, there is.
Ah, there you go. But, congratulations, Ein. You got 3 out of 5 endings there. So,
I'm gonna assume the other 2 endings are like the more worse ones.
well, technically there's 6 endings. One of them is a game over. So, like, one of them is bad end, you just didn't make rent. This one was good end, you did make rent. And then the other 4, there's 2 out of 4 of them that you got, is for serving customers correctly. You served Virgilio all the way correctly close enough, so that actually got you his ending.
Wait, no, I made one mistake with him.
Close enough.
What?
Close enough. I said. Oh, so what's in the title screen as well?
Oh! Oh, that's awesome!
So cute.
That is amazing.
So cute. But yeah, you had that. And then for serving Alma perfectly, you got her and Gabby together. And I can tell you the other 2 things, because we're at the end of the game now.
Yeah.
If you want. I don't want... If you're going back on your own time, I don't want to spoil it.
Actually, yeah, no, I might go back here and play through it again just to
but
get the rest of the
it's, you know, like, it's just serving some customers correctly or not. But if you could tab back in for 2 seconds.
Here's to get the bad ending. I'm looking at the achievements now. There's Dorothy's ending. There was a... That's weird.
Well, I have the game in my library too from all my modding, so I could probably take a look at it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Global achievements. Yeah, but yeah, you just missed 2 endings, and it's just smaller things anyway too. If you could go back to the title screen there real quick. Joe and Gabby right there. The plus sign, yeah. if you click either of those real quick, just click
There's
prologue, for
prologue and
instance.
Anna.
Oh yeah, just click it. For your reference, you'll see we have 3 days of prologue, and then if you click Anna, you see we've got a demo with that. So, to that end, we technically have 4 more days, so potentially 1 or 2 streams out of this left over before we can say we're done with Valhalla.
Okay.
So, while we're here once again, because we got interrupted with me talking over the credits, any last closing thoughts before we end stream tonight? Just about Valhalla, the project in general.
Probably one of the, considering this is actually like one of the first few visual novels I've read, this was definitely a good first taste of what visual novels are like.
There you go.
I really enjoyed the story, honestly, and if you haven't, I highly recommend this game. I highly recommend reading through Valhalla.
Well, let me pick your brain for 2 more seconds then. Any particular moments, any characters that you resonate with more than just Jill? Like, what really made the biggest impressions on you with this story?
I'm gonna say the build up to Gabby's arrival, and kind of just having that bit of a bombshell of a news drop. Virgilio, as much of a dick he was, he's definitely one of the more mysterious characters, I guess. And then there's just Gil, who's definitely a lot more mysterious. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words.
Well, I won't push you to have to say this all on stream in here, so you can just go ahead and call it. But once again, I am so glad that you did listen to me. Grateful that you listened to me. You should thank me. Oh, but also, just thank you for humoring me with all my insistency of saying you need to chill with me now and play this visual novel with how much we had been drinking together.
Yeah.
So, I'll go to stream ending, and wherever you are, wherever you may be, whether you're on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or more, it's been your Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service. Thank you everybody for coming on by tonight, or just chilling out with us. Once again, whether it be morning, afternoon, evening, or night, at least from my side of the world, have yourself a wonderful night now. And, Ein, do you have anything more you want to say yourself?
If you haven't been up to this point, or you've only just tuned in now, be sure to follow Cruzy on Twitch and Twitter, and they also upload their daily VODs and clipped VODs on their YouTube channel, so make sure you've subscribed to them as well on there. Aside from that, I've got nothing else on my end.
And once again, I already said my piece, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful night now, and thank you all for coming for the main scenario of Valhalla. If you want time, because they did build up to it, we can stick with this for 1 or 2 more streams together before I will miss you for streaming friends for the side content.
We'll think about it.
Alrighty, but at least for now, everybody, once again, have yourselves a wonderful night now, at least from this side of the world.